Hey everyone, we have two big announcements today. Number one is the clutch number 2 that we have of our ball pythons. The biggest clutch we've ever had are mostly out of the egg, and we're going to show them off. And the other one is we got new merch in. So let's get started with the baby snakes first, and then we'll move on to my self-plug. So, second clutch that we had, it was one of our Craigslist appropriated clutch animals. Not clutch animals, Craigslist appropriated animals, where most of them didn't have paperwork, but supposedly we had a giant, over 3,000 gram female pinstripe het pied with paperwork from BHB. So cool, we have that, hooray, because the other ones, they weren't even the correct sex, right? So after 2.5 years of pairing her, finally we have an actual clutch. She laid 13 eggs for us, biggest clutch we've ever had. We haven't had too many, clearly, because we haven't been going that long, but the biggest clutch we've ever had, and we hit some great odds. So, coming over here, we cleaned up a lot of the really, kind of goopy eggs, because they get kind of goopy. And then I'll put them back in here when we're done, and I'll put them back in the incubator for them to sit for another day or two until they all come out and they're all kind of good and moving around, and then we'll put them over into the baby rack. But, so, like I said, we had the pin het pied female, Penny, and then our rock star male, Seattle, just the visual pied, and we had some pretty good odds. So 13 eggs in total. So in here we have just 2 normals, which is awesome, because as horrible as it sounds, a normal ball python is like the least wanted or desired snake there is, which is, I don't like to say, but it's really true. So after that, we have 2 pinstripes right here. So every single one of these babies, so these 4, will all be het pieds because the dad is het, and so they'll all be 100% het pied. And so we have the 2 pinstripes. They're nice, clean, good-looking pinstripes. I like pinstripes. They're really cool. One of the very first ball python morphs that got established, but they're classics for a reason. And then after that, we can get into the fun stuff. So we have this little one who just popped out of his egg before we switched him over here to set up for this, and that's just a regular pied. You can tell because it has those classic, still kind of with the darker head like the normals, and then nice and clean, and that'll darken up a little bit as it gets older, obviously, after it sheds and eats a few times and starts to grow. And then over here, we have 3 pin pieds. So for those, you can tell it has those really thin black markings right there, just like the pinstripes do, and the lighter heads, just like the pinstripes do. Varying degrees of white. They usually have a little bit more white on them than most normal, like just straight the single gene pieds. But I think that looks pretty good, and we hit some really good odds. Like this one looks really good. There's not a whole lot here. Just that right there. That's it. Only right there on his neck and that little splash right there. And the rest he's nice and pure white, and that's going to be really cool. Clearly we haven't sexed any of these yet, and we'll do that after they eat and after they at least shed and maybe get a meal or 2 in them. And then we'll move over here to these guys. So out of these remaining 5 eggs, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how many fingers? Yeah, that's right. I got it. Numbers. Oh, you're coming out. You checking out because you see what's going on? Cool. So I think this one is just a normal pied. But every single one of these 5 are all pieds. We hit the odds on that one really well. 9 out of 13 eggs are all pieds. You can see the white. You can see the white. That one, he's still a little goopy in there and he's hiding, but there's white. And then there's the white right there. I don't know. I think these 2 are normal pieds, and these 3 are pin pieds. But we'll see once they come out. Either way, I'm just really excited for this clutch. Finally had Penny, one of our monster girls, go. We have 2 really big girls. One is Penny, the pinstripe, and another one is Brandy, one of our oldest females. And honestly, she laid kind of in all honesty, a disappointing clutch this year with Glacier, who is our GHI Mojave. Smaller clutch, a lot of boob eggs. It happens. That's nature. They're not machines, so it's what it is. As long as the ones that come out they're healthy, I can't really complain. But now that we have this fun part taken care of, and nice, I have snake goop on my new shirt, but that's okay. We'll talk about the new merch that came in. So if any of you have been following me for a small amount of time at this point, I guess we've been going about 1.5 years now, that I've been sitting on this design since January, and I've been wanting to put it on t-shirts and stickers and stuff, but the problem is for every single color, that's one print and one layer on there, so it costs a lot more to actually get made. So we had to take a while to sit there and save up money for it. And I tried to do a little pre-sale thing where like, hey, you can get some free extra stuff like stickers and wristbands and stuff like that if you pre-order. And then one person did, which, thank you. So, but now after that, we can actually show these off a little bit. So clearly we've had this shirt that's been rocking on for a little while now. These are both designed by the same artist, local tattoo artist here in Colorado. She's based out of Arvada, which is, you know, a little suburb outside of Denver for all of you non-Coloradans out there. But she does really great work. She obviously does more than tattoos, and she designed both of these. So really like the little inspirational quote that we have here. We still have quite a few of these as well. And then, you know, rocking the Jay-Z's reptiles right there. We have a few bandanas left. I kind of took all of my face masks now that that's not really a thing anymore. But we can still use bandanas for whatever, as we saw rocking on my new puppy until it was promptly ripped off of her by another puppy. But that's okay. And then, you know, still rocking Jay-Z's reptiles on the back. But this shirt I am super, super excited about. It's our first full color t-shirt. We got stickers of it made as well. These ones are going to cost a little bit more. I do 20 for these. These are going to be 22 because, like I said, they just cost a lot more to actually make per individual t-shirt because of all of the colors and everything that go on there. But with that being said, so because now it's already the end of June, Pride Month is going on right now. I normally, as if any of you also know, I always donate 10% of whatever t-shirts I sell to whatever individual charity or nonprofit. For the latter half of the year, it's almost always US ARC. Sometimes it's different ones like the, right now we're doing Friends of Scale, which is a rescue based out of Illinois. It's a really great reptile rescue headed up by some amazing people that do great work, and they also ship nationwide. So if anybody like isn't in the Chicagoland area, you guys can still get reptiles shipped to you because they do really great stuff. But that being said, because it is the Pride Month, I was doing 10% of any t-shirt, not just this one. And, you know, clearly this isn't a Pride t-shirt, but because, you know, I'm an evil left-wing sheeple, I love snakes, so I've been sitting on this, the Embrace Diversity. You know, we have seen it with like dogs and other stuff too. With that in mind, I wanted to do 10% of whatever t-shirt sales donated to the Trevor Project. Like I said before, as I was stuttering all over the place, June's almost over, so I'm going to do through the end of July. 10% of all t-shirt sales will be donated to the Trevor Project, and after that, it'll go back to Friends and Scales. And then probably after the end of Friends and Scales, it'll go right back to US ARC at the end of the year. But we'll see. Haven't fully decided yet, but just wanted to plug a little bit of this. I'm super excited for these t-shirts. They're really cool. And, you know, it's like I said, it's not exactly a Pride shirt, but, you know, you can embrace diversity of whatever it is in your collections, in your personal lives, whatever that is. And I'm just really happy about it, and I hope you guys enjoy this shirt. You enjoy the little babies, and I'll keep you updated on them as things to come. I don't have like a Teespring or anything like that. We printed them all locally with a really cool design, print shop here in town. So if you have interest in these, please email me or DM me on Facebook, jzsreptiles@gmail.com. So JZS, because some jerk has Jay-Z Reptiles, even though he hasn't done anything in the last like 8 years. But that's okay. Please email me at jzsreptiles@gmail.com. I'll try to throw up an album on Facebook that has all the different colors, because we have them both unisex and women's, of both of these in different colors and sizes from 2X all the way down to small in both of those. So I'll try to throw up an album, like I said, that has all the different sizes and things like that until we can get a little bit more established. And if there's a real big grow or push in one of them, then maybe we'll move to like a Teespring or thing like that for that in the future. But if I'm vending any reptile shows or have anything like that, I'll be bringing my own stuff like these guys. So once again, thank you so much for the views. Please like and subscribe if you can. And if you're interested in upcoming baby snakes, be them ball pythons or boas, or in merch, please let me know at jzsreptiles@gmail.com. Hope you're having a great day, and I'll check you next time.